What's going on, guys? Shane of Rock About Sound. In today's video, we're going to be recreating the main bass from Getter's track Inhalant Abuse, and this is what it sounds like. So this is obviously a very metallic heavy wobble bass, and it sounds very accurate to the original. So if you guys like the sound, make sure you guys click that like button. You know, it just really does help me out here. And guys, also please keep in mind that this is 100% made in Serum. This is zero post-processing. So just imagine what you can do by throwing on an external EQ or something else of the sort. So yeah. If you're also new here, click that subscribe button, because if you're not subscribed, you're missing out on weekly tutorials from Rock About Sound. We literally produce the best tutorials on YouTube, so if you're not subscribed, make sure you guys click that sub button as well. So anyways, let's go ahead and initialize the patch. So we're going to start off by running frequency modulation from oscillator A to oscillator B here. So we're going to go into oscillator A and select our basic shapes. We're just going to move our wavetable position until we see our saw waveform right here, our sawtooth. And from here, we're just going to begin our modulation process. First, we're going to turn on our frequency modulation from oscillator B. And as we turn it up, you're going to notice that we're not changing the sound in any way. That's because oscillator B is not turned on. So we're going to go ahead and turn on oscillator B. And we're also going to move oscillator B into our basic shapes. We're just going to move the wavetable position until we see our triangle waveform. And we're also going to just drop the level of oscillator B. Alright, so now we're just going to move the FM knob around just till we get... That sounds pretty good for what we're dealing with here, and we're actually going to start to modulate the level. What I did was something like this. You guys can really do whatever you want, but this is similar shape to what he did in the original song. Okay, not bad, not bad. And now we're just going to turn up the octave on oscillator B here. So this pitch differential is going to create a nice detuned metallic sound. So just a little bit of adjustments here on the oscillator tab. We're just going to first turn on our trigger, or I should say on our LFO tab, my bad. So the trigger is going to allow us to continue to play this LFO. It's going to continue to cycle through, so it's not just going to play once as if we were on envelope, but it's going to continue to cycle through here, as well as soon as we press a note, that's going to trigger it to start at the starting point. So that's pretty simple here. Voicing, mono, and legato. That way we're only playing one note at once, and the LFO will move with our trigger. You know, that's linked to the legato here. And the portamento, we're just going to turn on to, I would say, like 861 milliseconds. That's perfect. That's what I did. So now you can hear that change in the pitch that I actually just have a MIDI region, if you're wondering what's playing right now. And anyways, let's move into our filter here. We're just going to go into our flanges, and we're going to go ahead and do our flanger we're going to go flanger L6 positive. My bad guys, I'm sorry. And basically we're just going to turn up the filter variation 100% here. That way we get the full presence of the filter, and also in that kind of sense here, we're going to turn up the resonance. The resonance is really going to give us a strong effect on the filter here, and you'll see that once we turn on the keyboard tracking. That way, whatever note that we press, the filter cutoff is going to move with us, because flanger filters, if we're just kind of adjusting it to one particular note, and we do not have this turned on, here, let me show you an example. Say we want this sound, right? If we press G for an example, it completely changes the sound. But say we were going for this sound, and we're gonna press G now. It has the same kind of same tone. All right. So basically, what we're gonna do here is we're just going to turn up the cutoff a little bit, and we can cycle through different variations. These are really going to come into play more once we start to put on our external effects. So let's go ahead and jump into our external effects here. So our first effect on the chain, we're going to turn on our EQ, and we're actually going to be modulating the EQ as a low pass filter. So basically this is we're doing this because we're going to be using the filter later, and since we are using that filter, we have all of our filters used up, and therefore we need some kind of low pass, because if you listen in the original track, it sounds like a wobble bass, and a lot of wobble basses are actually run by cutting out the higher frequencies, which what a low pass does here. So what we're going to do here is turn on our cut right here, our cut slope, and we're going to turn down the Q factor. So we're turning down the resonance on this, and here we're just going to bring our frequency down till we're cutting out a lot of the higher end here. And now we're just going to modulate this bad boy all the way up to about there. Alright, so that's pretty good for now. Distortion, we're just going to turn on our soft clip, and that should crispen up the lower end up a little bit. Finally, let's get into our filter here. Into our filter, we're going to go ahead and go into our combs. So our combs is in the miscellaneous section, and what we're going to do with this is we're going to turn the cutoff down and begin to turn up the resonance. And that's what gives us that really metallic-y sound that Getter uses in the original track here. So back into the effects section, we're just going to turn on our reverb. And that's really it, guys. Of course, you can put on some external EQ, maybe even a OTT compressor. You know, it's really all up to you guys what you guys want to do with this bass. Now, anyways, without further ado, I'm Shane from Rock About Sound, and I will catch you guys in the next video.